If you saw our last video where we did a tribute to the man himself, Lou of Unbox Therapy, by unboxing these Bose Noise Cancelling Headphones 700, you know what's coming today. It's a review of these $400 headphones. That's right, half the price of my car, sitting right in front of me to see if this is a worthwhile product. Of course, as you know, Bose released these headphones this year to compete with the Sony whatever number noise canceling headphones that were released in 2019. Let's see how these measure up. If you want to see how these measure up on your own, you can do so by purchasing these through the link below. Doing so helps us at 3411 Heaven purchase more equipment to continue to make better videos. What also helps if you go down and click that subscribe button to follow along for future content, and also drop a like on this video if you find it enjoyable.
It's free.
Free. You can't argue with that. But now, let's jump into the headphones. Hopping into the case, before we get to the good stuff, that being the actual headphones, let's see what's inside. So we flip over the magic cover, which reveals a standard audio cable, which hopefully you'll never use because these are wireless headphones, and a Type-C USB charging cable. These headphones charge, as you guessed, via Type-C. One full charge will give you 20 hours of listening time, less if you use full noise canceling. And if you're in a pinch, have to go to the gym after work and realize your headphones are dead, you can quick charge these for 15 minutes and get 3.5 hours of listening time. Enough to get you through a solid workout. Looking at the actual build quality of the headphones, we pick them up. There's not a lot of weight to them, which is good because if you want to wear them for a long time, you don't want to be bobbing around with this heavy thing on your head. You want a nice light set and durable set of headphones. The band itself is actually a artificial leather of sorts. I believe the technical name is protein leather, and the cups are a nice memory foam. When you put them on your head like so, you'll realize that the adjustment level goes smoothly down the head, and then cups over your ears, actually making a pretty tight seal, meaning that if I push on it like this, I can definitely sense a pressure differential from having the headphones on. Looking on the ear cups themselves, you'll see that we have some control buttons. There's 3 of them. This one here is for the voice assistant feature, which allows you to connect anywhere from your Google Assistant to your Amazon Alexa and utilize that through the headphones themselves. The button on top of the right ear cup is for turning the headphones on and off, as well as Bluetooth connectivity. The button on the left ear cup allows you to adjust the different levels of noise cancellation. That's right, there are variable levels of noise cancellation. Using this button, you can cycle through 3 different modes. There's actually 11 modes in total of noise cancellation that can be adjusted through the Bose app, but the 3 quick presets are 0, 5, and 10 for noise cancellation through the button on the headphones themselves. On the right ear cup, you'll find a touchpad that's hidden, of course, in the front of the ear cup that allows you to stop and start via a double tap, and then adjust volume levels through a scrolling motion that allows you to crank things up and turn things right down when your mom's asking you a question. Now that we've learned a little bit about the build quality, let's actually talk about the important stuff, the functionality of headphones that are $400. Here's my honest opinion of these headphones. Let's go with the good first. The good is Bose does what they've always done well, that being noise cancellation. When you actually have the headphones on and are cycling through the different levels of noise cancellation, if you're in a room where there's air conditioning or other droning sounds, it feels as if the air conditioning in the background is turning off when cycling from 0 to 5 to 10. If you're on airplanes for an extended period of time, I could see this as a great benefit for getting rid of that noise that just becomes overwhelming to the human brain when trying to relax. But that's what Bose is good at. On the other hand though, for $400, from a sound perspective, I expected a lot more. Now, that's not to say that these aren't worth the investment, because if noise cancellation is your thing, these are the headphones for it. But if you're looking for audio quality, I have a pair of Audio-Technica's M50s that were much better sound quality wise compared to the Bose. The highs were much more crispy, the lows were more powerful and not as muddy, and overall it felt that when I was listening to music through these Bose headphones, it was like trying to drink a milkshake through one of those coffee straws. It just wasn't enough. While the M50s were wide open and allowed to flow. But again, that's not necessarily what Bose is known for. They're known for noise cancellation. To the average person, the difference in sound might not be that noticeable, but to someone who is a true audiophile, you'll definitely notice the difference compared to other high-quality headphones that have a more focus on sound quality rather than noise cancellation. Another big aspect that makes these headphones user-friendly or not is their actual functionality with pairing with your phone and utilizing the Bose app. While the Bose app is useful when it connects, the keyword being when, I did run into a lot of trouble while trying to get these headphones paired to my device. Now, this may have been in part because we were switching these headphones from different devices to test audio, but even so, you'd think that something this expensive might be easier to connect to my phone on a regular basis. If you're using the same device with these over and over again, you probably won't run into these same problems, but do realize you may run into some trouble when trying to get these headphones initially connected to your device. If you are a businessy folk who happens to be on the phone a lot, you're probably wondering, well, what's the call quality like? Let's listen in as our friend Jack behind the camera gives us a ring-a-ding-ding utilizing these headphones.
This is a test of the Bose 700 Noise Cancelling Headphones. I'm calling from the Bose Noise Cancelling 700 headphones to a Google Voice number being recorded on my desktop. There is AC currently running in the background. I can hear my voice. I cannot hear the AC in the background. The call quality is, shall we say, acceptable.
So what we learned from our good friend Jack is that while the noise canceling is amazing for both parties, not only the person who has the headphones on is experiencing noise canceling, but also the person receiving the call. The actual call quality itself is acceptable, something that you might be disappointed with on a pair of headphones that cost $400. But that's how the cookie crumbles. So in conclusion, these headphones have done what Bose has always done well, noise cancellation. But for those of you who are looking for something that has optimal audio quality at an affordable price, these are not it. So that said, if you have any suggestions of what headphones you think we should review next, drop that down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you think that these headphones might be the ones for you, please use our affiliate link below and help us pay for our collegiate education costs. That's all for now, friends. We'll see you in the next video. Ring this bell. Bird out.